Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're gathered here, dear Kadar family members joining us online, distinguished awardees and their families, governors, colleagues, students, and guests. We are gathered here to celebrate excellence in science and teaching at Tel Aviv University. Although the members of the Kadar family could not be with us in person today, we are pleased to share a special video message from Tel Aviv University Governor Maya Kadar Kowalski, speaking on behalf of the Naomi Foundation and the Kadar family. Maya is an impact investor and a philanthropist and a board member of the American Friends of Tel Aviv University, among many other organizations. She was formerly the chief culture officer and executive board member of Brain Pop before the company was acquired by the Lego Group. She is dedicated to reshaping education through philanthropy as a board member of the Naomi Foundation, where she works to empower educators to inspire and nurture the next generation of learners. Maya, like her siblings and parents, is a proud alumna of Tel Aviv University, having graduated with an MFA in film production. Let's take a look.
Governors and esteemed guests, it is an honor to speak with you today about the Kadar Family Award for Outstanding Research. On behalf of my family, I extend our deepest thanks to President Ariel Porat and Professor Dan Pe'el for their discerning eye and steadfast commitment to ensuring the award reflects the excellence it was created to celebrate. Thank you as well to the dedicated committee members who take on the challenging and meaningful work of selecting our remarkable recipients. A special thank you to Rava El-Asari and her team for creating the beautiful films you're about to see. These videos offer all of us a window into the groundbreaking work of this year's awardees and the people behind the ideas. 15 years ago, my family, including my father, Dr. Avram Kadar, my siblings, Nadav and Einat, and I, established the Naomi Foundation in memory of my mother, Naomi Prower Kadar, Zichronah Lebracha. Her legacy is at the heart of everything we do. The foundation is rooted in her unwavering belief in the power of education and scholarship to transform lives. We're currently in the process of archiving my mother's scholarship and personal papers. Revisiting her work has been a powerful reminder of the breadth and depth of her intellectual world. Her interests spanned everything from the science of language acquisition to the writings of Russian feminist Yiddish thinkers. She wasn't just a seeker of knowledge, she was a sharer of it. Generous with her time, her mind, and her mentorship, she believed deeply that knowledge must not be hoarded, but passed on. That spirit lives on in the Kadar Family Award. It honors not only brilliant research across the sciences and humanities, but the human commitment to mentorship, to clarity, and to impact. We're proud to support our recipients not only in advancing their research, but in learning to communicate it compellingly to broader audiences. The videos we'll watch today are one way we help honor and extend that mission, making great ideas visible, vibrant, and accessible. We're proud to partner with Tel Aviv University, a world leader in academic excellence, as we strive together to push forward new frontiers in thought, discovery, and innovation. My mother was a professor here at TAU, and in her memory, we are privileged to support a range of initiatives on campus. The Naomi Prower Kadar International Yiddish Summer Program, scholarships for MD, PhD Kadar Fellows, the Kadar Periphery Scholars Program, and of course, the Kadar Family Award for Outstanding Research. In times like these, it feels especially important and even healing to spotlight the creativity and determination of brilliant minds working toward a better future. To this year's recipients, your work is a beacon. It reminds us of the power of persistence, of imagination, and of rigor. On behalf of my family and the Naomi Foundation, we extend our warmest congratulations. May your continued success serve as a source of pride and inspiration for us all. תמשיכו לחקור, להאיר ולהשפיע. מזל טוב וברכות חמות מכל הלב.
Thank you, Maya, and to the whole Kadar family. We hope to see you here at Tel Aviv University soon. And now, I'd like to invite Professor Dan Pale, Vice President for Research and Development and Chairman of the Award Committee, to say a few words.
I need to change the picture. Yeah. Okay, this is what happened when you have COVID around, wars, and other things. Good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to welcome you all to this very special occasion, the 2025 Kadar Family Award for Outstanding Research ceremony. As Vice President for Research at Tel Aviv University, I'm very lucky to witness the incredible range of research happening across our campus. Work that's bold, curious, creative, and impactful. But once a year, we get a pause and shine a spotlight on 4 researchers who truly stand out, and that's what today is all about. This award made possible by initially Dr. Avram Kadar and all his family members and kids, and the Naomi Foundation that recognize excellence, not just in theory or publication numbers, but in the kind of research that moves things forward, challenging assumptions, and makes a difference in the world. Let me say a few words about this year's awardees based on what the judges had to say. But before that, let me all remind you that we are talking about 4 different types of researchers. So we have young researchers up to 10 years coming from the east part of the campus, meaning science, medicine, engineering, and life sciences, or I would say exact sciences and life sciences, and young scientists that comes from the west side of the campus. It means humanities, social science, management, law, and of course, art. And so we have the same for more senior scientists that are more than 10 years around. The committee consists of 8 to 9 members. This year we had 8. We try to change every year the committee members, not to create bias towards somebody specific. And it's a really, really problematic challenge for us, because all our nominees are really outstanding. And to choose the outstanding from the outstanding become even greater challenges. So let me say a few words about this year's awardees based on what the judges had to say. So in the first one is Professor Gal Oestreicher-Singer, is shaping how we understand the digital economy. Her research is not only academically rigorous, it's also deeply relevant to how institutions use data and innovate. One judge even called her the leading candidate this year, and it's easy to see why. So you will watch each one of the candidates' movie and you will learn a little bit more what they're doing. Professor Doron Shabat is doing incredible work in chemoluminescence, enabling access to single molecules with unprecedented efficiency. The judges describe his research work as breathtaking, and his track record speaks for itself. More than 160 publications, multiple prestigious awards, and global recognition. Professor Liad Mudrik brings a bold, interdisciplinary approach to neuroscience, consensus, and technology, from virtual reality to machine learning. Her work is as innovative as it is rigorous. The judges praised her stellar academic career and her contribution, both as a researcher and is a leader in her field. And Professor Pavel Ginzburg is pushing the boundaries of radiophysics and engineering. His work on superscattering devices has real-world applications, from improving radar detection to funding startups. The panel found his work both novel and super compelling, and I couldn't agree more with their judgment. To our RDs, you're inspiring us. To the Kadar family, thank you for making this possible. And to all of you here today, thank you for joining us to celebrate excellence. Let's keep supporting and encouraging great research, and please enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, Professor Pavel. So in a moment, I will call up each recipient to receive their award, and then we'll view a short film about their research. So 4 Kadar Awards are given out in the following order. 2 for senior faculty members, 1 for each side of the campus, meaning 1 for engineering, exact sciences, medicine, or life sciences, and 1 for humanities, management, law, social sciences, or arts. In addition, 2 awards are given to junior faculty according to the same principle. This year, we received 25 applications. All of the candidates were excellent, which means the task was not an easy one. And so now I would like to call our first senior awardee from the east side of the campus, Professor Oestreicher-Singer from the Coller School of Management. So Professor Gal is the Mexico Professor of Information Systems and the Associate Dean of Research at the Coller School of Management. She received her PhD from the Stern School of Business at New York University, and her research focuses on the effects of generative AI applications, consumer engagement, and peer influence on digital consumers and online business models. It's difficult even just to say it, so. And her work has been published in the top journals, and she's been the recipient of several prestigious grants and awards, including 2 ERC grants. And now I invite you to see Gal's video presentation, and then you'll come to the stage.
Over 90% of commercial software is based on open source, community-based platforms such as software building site GitHub. Its code is free, available for anyone to view, modify, and distribute. In this collaborative reality, programmers worldwide have developed software, fixed problems, added features, and received helpful insights from one another. In 2021, generative AI and large language models called LLMs entered the scene, transforming the world of programming. Similar to people using ChatGPT and other LLMs to accelerate everyday writing tasks, software coders are wholeheartedly adopting LLMs to accelerate their programming tasks. It is estimated that over 60% of coders already use those AI-driven models. As an information system researcher, I wonder what will happen to human ingenuity in this new era. To understand how LLM impact the kind of questions coders seek to answer, we compared the coding behavior of 2 open source communities. One using an LLM-supported programming language called GitHub Copilot, and the other community not supported by LLM. We're looking at multiple effects of LLM on the open source ecosystem. How do LLMs influence the quantity and nature of contributions? Are coders more able to contribute across multiple projects in an LLM-supported environment? In terms of inclusiveness, do LLMs reduce barriers of entry for new programmers and underrepresented groups? And does reliance on LLM reduce dependency on community support? Our preliminary findings indicate an increase in the overall scope of contributions in the LLM-supported community, including by new participants, which is encouraging. However, the nature of those contributions show a shift toward inside-the-box improvements rather than groundbreaking new feature development. With the coding community serving as early adopters of our AI-driven future, this study can advance our understanding of the evolving relationship between technology and society and help us navigate the challenges and opportunities of the AI-powered era ahead. As we balance efficiency and innovation, we as society are defining the future relationship between human creativity and artificial assistance.
I would now like to call Professor Pavel to the stage and Professor Oestreicher-Singer. Our second senior award goes to Professor Doron Shabat, School of Chemistry, Raymond and Beverly Sackler Faculty of Exact Sciences. Doron studied chemistry at the Technion and earned his PhD in 1997. After a postdoc at the Scripps Research Institute in California, he returned to Israel to join Tel Aviv University, where he's now a full professor and holds the Emeritus Latai Chair in Chemical Processes. Doron's research focuses on bioorganic chemistry with applications in drug delivery, diagnostics, and imaging. One of his major achievements is the development of chemiluminescent compounds used in bacterial detection and food safety. Doron has been honored with several national and international awards for innovation and excellence in chemistry. Now let's watch his presentation.
About 30 years ago, a challenge arose in chemistry. A specific substance could light up within oil, like inside party stick lights, but not within water. I knew that if we figure out how to achieve chemiluminescence in water-based environment, that is, cause light to be emitted, it would be the key to much quicker diagnostic for everything, from food safety to lab test of any bodily fluid. So I set my mind to it for years, experimenting with different possibilities. The hard work, compounded by serendipity, led me to create a new molecule. Based on the peroxide we use as an antiseptic, this molecule amplified light emission in water 3,000 times more than before, making it easily detectable. A new era of chemiluminescence began. Hundreds of research groups worldwide are now leveraging this technology to study specific biomarkers for quick detection of a range of diseases. 2 commercial companies have licensed the technology, and one of them screened for Salmonella and Listeria along food production lines. When we commercialize innovation from lab to industry, it's assessed in terms of efficiency. The food safety company that licensed our technology said, "Great, thanks. Now we needed to work 10 times better to enable them to identify harmful bacteria in food within 4 hours rather than 24 hours. We had to find a way to generate a stronger light in less time. So we developed a new generation of molecules that switched from glowing to flashing, emitting all their light 100 times faster. This dramatic improvement will also serve to speed up medical testing. Next, we will tackle a problem that could slow wide-scale industrial application of our technology, which is a short shelf life for the light-emitting molecules. We are working on a solution and see no end to the innovation ahead.
Per, I call you once again to the stage, and Professor Doron Shabat. And now for our junior faculty members. Professor Pavel Ginzburg from the School of Electrical Engineering, IBY, and Aladar Fleischman Faculty of Engineering. Pavel is a former International Newton Research Fellow and Rothschild Fellow at King's College, London. He completed all his degrees in electrical engineering at the Technion, including his PhD. In 2011, as part of the Special Coller Scholars Program, he has been involved in the discoveries of several novel phenomena and received the Herschel Rich Innovation Award. Pavel heads the Dynamics of Nanostructures Laboratory here at Tel Aviv University, which pursues multidisciplinary research in biophotonics, quantum mechanics, optical spectroscopy, radiophysics, and more. He recently received the Special Award for Contribution to Society during the war, conferred by the President of Israel. Pavel has authored 180 papers and over 400 conference presentations, has registered 8 patents, and is a co-founder of 2 startup companies. Let's watch Pavel's presentation.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Actually, it's soon likely to be a drone. Small, unnamed drones are about to become a legitimate means of package delivery as an alternative to congested roads. To realize this vision, drone operators will have to be able to reliably monitor each unit in their fleet at every moment. But how can you tell if a small speck in the sky a great distance away is a drone? And how can you know if it is yours? While big drones are visible on radar, making them easy to identify, increasingly small ones are much harder to see. At my Dynamics of Nanostructures lab, we combine methods from multiple fields, including physics, material engineering, and electrodynamics, to address the drone identification challenge. We equip tiny drones with unique superscatterers, devices that create illusion, making drones appear much bigger than they are, so they too can be seen and identified on radar. How do we do it? We invent entirely new geometric shapes. These superscatter devices using plastic covered in metal. One of our devices might remind you of coronavirus. Another one features little rings and stripes. We analyze a vast number of different shapes properties, like their weight, impact of coatings, and strength of a signal they reflect. So we can optimize the shapes to achieve maximum reflective effect with minimal material. The devices we developed have succeeded in making tiny drones seem 1,000 times bigger than they actually are. That's like seeing a grain of rice the size of a giraffe. We already have industrial collaborations and are excited for the wide range of applications our superscatterers will make possible beyond deliveries, for example, in national defense, weather observations, and agricultural monitoring.
Professor Per and Professor Pavel Ginzburg. And our final awardee today is Professor Liad Mudrik from the School of Psychological Sciences, Gordon Faculty of Social Sciences, and Sagol School of Neuroscience. Liad's research focuses on the conscious experience, its neural mechanisms and functions. She holds 2 PhDs from Tel Aviv University, one in cognitive psychology and the other in philosophy. She also completed a postdoctoral fellowship at the California Institute of Technology. Liad is one of the leaders of the Cogitate Consortium, an international adversarial collaboration aimed at arbitrating between theories of consciousness, and is a co-director of the CIFAR Brain, Mind, and Consciousness program. She has won multiple awards and grants, among them the Glushko Prize for Outstanding Dissertations in Cognitive Science and a prestigious ERC grant. But perhaps her most impressive achievement was hosting a special season of the Israeli version of Sesame Street, in which she explained scientific principles to the Muppets. And also interviewing the Israeli president. So we will now watch Professor Mudrik's presentation.
How does the brain give rise to consciousness, allowing us to have experiences? This question has puzzled generations of scholars, and solving it will have far-reaching implications, like enabling us to detect consciousness in non-responsive patients, in fetuses during pregnancy, in animals, and even in AI systems, if they ever become conscious. Multiple neuroscientific theories give different answers about where in the brain and how conscious experiences are created. We asked, how can there be such different theories, each supported by the data? We analyzed 412 experiments that interpreted their findings in light of 4 prominent theories. We taught an algorithm how each experiment was designed, withholding the results. In almost 80% of cases, the algorithm predicted accurately which theory an experiment supported. This suggests that to some extent, the way the experiments were designed already determined their outcome, like a self-fulfilling prophecy. To overcome such biases, Nobel laureate Professor Daniel Kahneman championed the idea of an adversarial collaboration, bringing together researchers representing opposing theories to build experiments together and test their theories. The Cogitate Consortium of over 40 scientists from 8 countries, which I was fortunate to co-lead, applied adversarial collaboration to consciousness theories. Proponents of 2 different theories worked together, pushing each other outside their comfort zones towards less familiar methodologies. In an international effort, we ran 2 experiments, creating an exceptionally large dataset, about 450 brain scans and recordings, using 3 different brain recording techniques available to all researchers in the community. In our case, both theories that we were testing were seriously challenged, leading to important future directions to explore. Additional adversarial collaborations now follow, testing other theories of consciousness through this collaborative process. But beyond the implications for the science of consciousness, this project is also an experiment in doing science differently, achieving breakthroughs through dialogue and collaboration rather than polarization. Maybe this could work outside of science too. Just a thought.
Professor Per, Professor Mudrik. Liad, and I invite you to stay on stage to speak on behalf of the recipients.
Thank you so much. Kadar family members, governors, distinguished guests, and my fellow recipients, amazing, I should say, good morning. First, I would like to thank the Kadar family and the Tel Aviv University Committee for awarding us, Gal, Doron, Pavel, and myself, the Kadar Family Award for Outstanding Research. We are all humbled and honored to join the long list of exceptional researchers who have received this award in the past. As I went through the list of past recipients, I recognized many people who have been a source of inspiration to me personally, role models, and many who have helped me find my own way, first as a student and later on as an independent researcher. And that is no coincidence, I believe. Yes, research is driven by ideas, by integrity, and by hard work. You really can't make it in this profession, which we are fortunate to have, to be able to pursue, without all of these components. But it's also about people. To me, the greatest privilege of being an academic is the ability to interact with incredibly smart and, in most cases, unbelievably generous and kind people. First and foremost, my truly outstanding students who push me in new directions, challenge some of my truth that I've taken for granted, and allow me not only to guide them, but also to be guided by them. My colleagues here at Tel Aviv University are undoubtedly the best people to work with, who provide invaluable advice, mentorship, and friendship at critical decision points along the way. My collaborators worldwide, who continuously prove that science, thought, and human connection know no boundaries and can transcend borders, nationalities, and political differences. And of course, my mentors, those who formally taught me everything I know, Dominique Lamy, Leon Dowell, Christoph Koch, and Ralph Adolphs, as well as informal mentors, scientists and scholars who took me under their wings and helped me thrive. At the end of the day, it is thanks to all these people that I stand here today, together with Gal, Doron, and Pavel, receiving this prestigious award. And not only thanks to them, also thanks to the ongoing support of the Tel Aviv University staff, the dedicated, hardworking personnel at the Research Authority who provide constant assistance, much like the administrative staff in our academic units, and the leadership of this university, which serves as a lighthouse, guiding us not only towards academic excellence, but also towards societal involvement and moral responsibility, including today. I am truly honored to belong to this university and share its values. And of course, our families, those who raised us to become who we are, and those we are raising now ourselves. I am deeply, deeply thankful to my parents for everything they instilled in me and for their love and support. Also to my parents-in-law, who's been amazingly supportive throughout the way. To my partner, with whom I discuss every new idea and dilemma, who is also the love of my life. And to my kids, who are objectively the best kids ever. And also very honest, they will always tell me the truth. For example, how come you get the Young Award when you're obviously not young anymore? I love you all so much. And I am certain that I speak for Gal, Doron, and Pavel when I say we couldn't have done this without you all. Finally, I would like to say a few words about the threats our academic community has been facing recently. Science and research can only thrive in a free environment, one in which people are unafraid to speak up, but also willing to listen, truly listen. A strong academia means a stronger Israel. Excellence, professionalism, integrity, and critical thinking are values we must all strive for, not dismiss. I can only hope that these core values, which have been central to Israel and to Judaism since their inception, will once again become the backbone of our society. Let me end with the hope for the safe and immediate return of all hostages and for an end to the ongoing suffering in our region. I wish for better times for us all and for new and exciting discoveries. Striving for excellence means aspiring to be the best version of ourselves on all fronts. Let's keep trying to do just that. Thank you all very much.
So I want to again express our gratitude to the Kadar family for their long-standing support and their extraordinary vision in establishing this prestigious award. And we look forward to seeing you all next year with new, exciting, and a talented roster from Tel Aviv University faculty. So please remain in your seats as we continue toward the second half of this plenary session.